Black Mountain Pedals and Third Man Hardware recently collaborated on what I think is a brilliant take on the simple design of an analog delay. It's got 3 knobs on it that are controlling the 3 controls that you'd expect to see on this type of thing. We have blend, which is controlling your mix, the balance between the dry and the affected sound. We have a feedback control, which is controlling the number of repeats anywhere from just 1 to self-oscillation. And then finally, the time control here, which is the speed of the repeats. What makes this pedal unique is that we have a flywheel on the top here, this huge wheel that it's designed so that you can control it with your foot. And through the switch on the top, we can affect any one of these 3 parameters at a time. Now, I could talk forever about the possibilities that a design like this makes possible, but let's just check out a couple of the ideas I came up with the first time I plugged in the pedal. Some quick words on the kind of like the external design of this pedal. It's an all metal enclosure. It does have some serious weight to it. If you're someone that doesn't use a pedal board, that's good. It's not going to slide around so much. It does have this kind of like rubber material stuck to the back of it. That's how it comes. If you do want to stick it down to a pedal board, I would peel this off and apply your Velcro or your dual lock, whatever you're using. Now, power-wise, there is no battery port on it. The only way to power it is with the DC input here, center tip negative 9 volt. It's under 100 milliamps, so very low current. Basically, any standard guitar pedal power supply you have is going to work with it, but always double check that it's 9 volt center tip negative. And of course, the switch, true bypass switching. Okay, so let's check out the kind of the minimum and the maximum of each of these three knobs, so you get an idea of what you're getting into with this pedal. I've got a mid-2000s Epiphone Casino here with Lawler pickups. It's going into a Supro, and I'm miking it with a Bear Dynamic. So start with the blend knob. This is the one furthest on your left. We're going to take it all the way down to 0, turn the pedal on. You're not going to hear any delay at this moment. As you bring it up to about halfway, it's going to be pretty balanced, 50-50. The volume of the first repeat, I would say, is about the same volume as what you had fed into it. Maybe I'll slow it down a little bit. Okay. And as you bring it up past halfway, you can hear that the delay, the first repeat and the second, they're a good bit louder than the dry sound. So it's got a wide range that you can use it. Some delay pedals you'll find will actually cut the dry signal when you get towards the maximum setting. I think the function of this pedal is kind of a more traditional delay. So in a situation where you're playing something super rhythmically, that being able to boost louder than the sound of your dry signal, I think, is a great feature to have. So, yeah, something that's a little bit rhythmic can benefit from having the first repeat be a little bit louder than your dry signal. Okay, moving on to the feedback control. Right now, the knob is controlling the feedback, so just so it's a little bit easier to use, I'm going to switch off of the feedback. Now this knob is controlling the blend, and I'm going to leave it about 50-50. Okay, so we'll check out the feedback setting. I'm still kind of at that same slower delay tempo. This is going to control the number of repeats you're getting. All the way down, it's just a single repeat. Would be great for like a slapback kind of sound, to give you an example of that. Something like that. And as we boost it, you're going to hear 3 to 4 repeats at about the 9 o'clock setting. About halfway now. Going all the way up to about 3 o'clock now, you're going to start, the repeats become so long that it's maybe a little bit difficult to use in a more traditional setting. This pedal will feed back eventually, but right now, as I play it, it's going to slowly fade. Okay, now we're going to go to the full feedback. And it doesn't take off crazy fast, but it will feed into self-oscillation. So I think the reason they kind of set it up like this is obviously you want to be able to use it as a slapback. But the fact that they haven't made the maximum setting like some crazy explosive fast self-oscillation like some delay pedals are, is that when you're working this with your foot, I think maybe you might want some of that at some point, but you don't want it to creep up there so easily. So you have a very usable range in this feedback setting. Now, maybe before we get onto the time control, this would be a great time to kind of show off the sound of the repeats here in this pedal. So this, I would classify this definitely as an analog delay. As the sound repeats and echoes, it gets more and more kind of telephony. It loses some low end. It kind of, in general, becomes a little bit darker sounding. In my opinion, that's my way of describing it. But I think this is a nice delay for like solos or something, especially if you're using a lot of repeats. The fact that the sound kind of thins out as it trails, it makes it easy to kind of like blend in underneath your signal and not really getting in the way of what you're playing at that moment. So I'm just going to hit a chord and let it repeat for quite a while. You can hear how the signal changes as it goes. So let's check out the minimum and maximum settings of the time knob. I'm going to take the feedback down to just one repeat and boost the volume of that repeat with the blend knob. Time going all the way to minimum. The manual states this is around 30 milliseconds. I would boost that just a little bit if you wanted that slapback effect. Okay, going to about 9 o'clock. Now you can hear it kind of separated. And at noon. A little further. About 3 o'clock. And maximum. Okay, so if we bring up the feedback a little bit, you are going to get that analog pedal delay effect, by the way. We're adjusting the time knob, or the repeat speed, how quickly it repeats. Does affect like the pitch. So a couple ideas I wanted to share in addition to my playing samples of ways that you might use this. The most common way that I'm affecting a delay pedal while I'm playing is to change the blend control. Depending on what style you're playing, some styles this might not fit for, but especially when I'm the only chord player in a band, I like to have a little bit of delay going. In the same way that reverb kind of helps fill the space, I think delay does a great job of that too. And so sometimes I'll set the delay up and just kind of have it set real low. It's there, but you don't really notice it, and it doesn't get in the way of the chord changes to the point where the harmony clashes when you're changing between chords pretty fast. And then when I go to jump up for a solo, so that it doesn't feel like the whole band mix and the foundation fell out because there's no more chords, I'll take my toe, or now with this, I can just roll up on it, add a little bit more of that delayed signal into the sound, and it's going to help uplift your single note lines and make it not seem like the bottom fell out. The feedback control, always great to have a way to manipulate that, either with the wheel here or a lot of delay pedals. You can just press and hold on the switch and it'll just max out that feedback thing. That's kind of become a really common sound and a use for a delay pedal. But I would check out the official demo video. I'll link it in the description. The first couple 20, 30 seconds of it, there's a great example of that. I think that's RJ demoing this pedal in that video. And then finally, we have the time control here. So set it for a slap back when you get to maybe the chorus of a song. Maybe it makes more sense to kind of have a more spacious delay. So yeah, this is the Roto-Echo. I want to thank the company for reaching out and having me do the video. They sent me the pedal. There was no monetary exchange or expectations of what I would say about the pedal. I just love demoing gear and showing stuff on my channel. So what a great opportunity and a cool pedal that I'm looking forward to using. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It helps me out. And stay tuned for the next one.